Not a lot, other than I mean, that there's people that like to make projections and things like that. But in my experience, uh, I mean, we've been unranked and won the league. We've been ranked 12th and went all the way to the national championship. And we've been ranked high and didn't finish as well. So, it's I think you gotta it's fun. I think it's more conversation, creates conversation and buzz about the upcoming season everybody's excited about. But in college football, it's all about where you are in November and December, not where you are in July and August. First of all, you're excited to just play. I mean, in our world, unlike baseball or basketball where you play every day or every other day, football, I mean, you might have 15, 16, 17 days out of a year that you actually get to play the game that you spend all this time working, preparing, training for. And so it's always exciting to get that first game. And then you throw in the fact that, hey, you're playing in a kickoff classic, in a neutral site, in a great venue like Mercedes-Benz, and oh, by the way, you're playing the number one team in the nation. You better believe it. That adds a little spice to it for everybody. So it's a lot of fun and eyeballs, a lot of TV sets tuned in. A lot of viewers. I mean, people love college football. You can just, I mean, you can just track college football in general, and you can get some of the craziest matchups, and people still will watch. You throw in two teams that have won more national championships than anybody. I mean, we've won two national championships in the last 8 years, and they have as well. Um, you know, and then it's Clemson, Georgia, that are about 80 miles apart, with a lot of history, a lot of tradition. You best believe people going to tune in to watch that one, and you'll get a lot of people that'll just want to tune in to see how this matchup's going to go. But it's great for college football. I mean, it's a great stage. It's a big time matchup early on. Obviously, the team that can find a way to win the game, you create a lot of early momentum in your season. I think it's how we built our program. It's obviously it's a challenge. I mean, it's when you go and you play games like this. I mean, you put yourself, out there. But I think that's how you teach. I think that's how you expose your team to what it takes to win at the highest level. That's how we've been to four national championships, six playoffs. We've won this league 7 out of the last 9 years. We're the second most winningest team in the country the last 13 years, us and Alabama. And I believe a big part of that is how we've scheduled over the years. And so when we go and we played these games over the years because of what we practice against, but also how we've scheduled, these guys have a clear vision of what it's supposed to look like and going to look like when you get into these type of do. If you're fortunate enough to get to that postseason deal, it's not something you haven't seen before. These are bright lights. These are big time fan bases. There's just tons of passion, and I think it's important for your fans to feel that, but more importantly, your team to feel that. I mean, I don't think the preseason number one team in the country has lost since 1990 in an opener. So, it's big to win any game out of the gate against in a game like this. But you're talking about, the number one team in the nation, team that's lost 2 games in 3 years. So I think it would be obviously huge for our players, and a lot of wind in your sails early on. Certainly for our fans, they excited, and then it's Clemson, Georgia, and all the rivalry stuff that goes with that. So it's a big deal, no doubt about it. But I tell you what, we got App State the next week, and you win the game, you celebrate just like any other game. You celebrate it, you better move on quick, because you'll get exposed as you go through your schedule, because every week has to be the biggest game of the year. That just has to be a mindset. So I think it's important. We all know that, hey, this is an opener and it's huge, but they're not going to give us a national championship trophy if we win the game, and so it's a long season ahead. You look at all the tradition and history that's gone, from the Peach Bowl and kickoff classics, and obviously the SEC championship. I was a part of the very first one there when it was the Georgia Dome, and I think that's really, kind of put Atlanta on the map, if you will, from a college football standpoint when you throw in the SEC championship there, and then the Peach Bowl and the history that's going on through that, and then you throw in this kickoff classic. It's a great city for sure. It's a great sporting city. Absolutely. I think perspective, I think it adds perspective. Perspective is very important, I think, in anything that you do, and you want your work to be meaningful. I mean, this is something we're passionate about, but it's also that you're using this platform that we are all blessed with to play a game that you love, to bless other people and to help other people. And there'll be a winner and a loser on the scoreboard that night on the field, but I think you don't ever lose when you help other people win. And I think that when you have a kickoff for a cause like this, you're using the game to help other people win. And when I say win, I'm talking about win in life,